Welcome to my YouTube channel about drawing practice. In this video I am going to talk about practicing drawing textures with a pen. Drawing textures with a pen is a fun thing to do if you don't know what to draw. I like how a page looks when it is filled with textures. In addition, this exercise helps improve penmanship, and also it is a great way to find out what you can do with a new pen. And it gives you a dictionary of textures you can install into your next finished piece. If you would like to stay up to date on my drawing exercises, please consider joining my newsletter. See the link in the description. With that said, let's begin. First, draw a grid of rectangles on a sheet of paper or page in your sketchbook. I first drew these lines with a ruler and a blue pencil before going over it with a pen, but you can opt to draw it with a pen and ruler or freehand squares also if you want. The long lines on this page allowed me to practice drawing long straight lines from my shoulder, tracing the blue line on the page. Then try to come up with a different texture for each square. Here also you can practice many things, drawing exactly from one line to another, or drawing parallel lines, or drawing circles and ellipses. This is actually quite a versatile drawing exercise. When making an illustration with pen and ink, you only have very few tones, black, white and one or maybe two or three grays. So it becomes really useful to come up with creative ways to create grays through textures. Don't just crosshatch to get the right tone, try to come up with interesting textures instead. For that, you can also look at how artists like Joseph Clement Cole or Franklin Booth or Sergio Toppi handled it. If you compare them, you will notice how different their approaches are, how different pen textures can be. You can also decide to suggest volumes by making hatch marks follow form, but you can also choose to suggest material, for example leather, wood, steel, etc. Or you can go for a more decorative approach and come up with a more graphic illustrative effect. At any length, trying them out in your sketchbook first is a good idea. In the past, artists tried to avoid going completely black, because black is just black. You can't suggest texture or material or volume anymore. So if you look at the Golden Age illustrators or the master painters before them, you will notice that they never went completely black. They lightened areas so that they could still suggest things. Then comics happened. I think it was Noel Sickles who, when he took over drawing the newspaper adventure strip Scorchy Smith, eventually started drawing it with stark black areas, drawing only in black areas and white areas. It worked. It gave the panels a sense of realism, and ever since comics have been drawn mainly like that, by black spotting areas. Because the problem with textures is also that different artists will have different handwriting, so to speak. With the large black areas, inkers can more easily be replaced by other inkers. There is no unique personal style involved that cannot be approximated by other artists. Plus, hatching and drawing textures takes a lot of time. But textures still look good, and they are an additional tool in your tool chest. It would be a pity to not use it. Try them in your next finished illustration. And don't limit yourself to trying to suggest the tones you see. Feel free to use shades of grey radically different from what you see. You have so few grey tones to work with. You might as well be creative with calling the tones also. A tip: when a tone is almost white, just make it white and delineate the area with a line. It is not easy to suggest almost white through textures. You'd need to draw very few hatch lines and the result tends to look strange. It is better to just mask it and group very light grey with white. I hope you will grab a sketchbook or a sheet of paper and a pen and try this exercise. Thank you for watching and listening, and please subscribe to my newsletter to receive my drawing practice posts in your mailbox.